introduction. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Saurabh Jaju, and I am joined with Mr. Chandrasekharan Prasad. He belongs to our engineering team from Bangalore. And thank you for having us here. In next couple of minutes, we will take you through some of the developments which Mitsubishi Power is working on in the hydrogen space in order to be an effective player in the decarbonization objective. So we have structured the presentation so as to give you a brief about the company overview along with our view towards the energy transition. Followed with that, we will be giving you some of the developments in the gas turbine portfolio of Mitsubishi Power to handle hydrogen and ammonia. And in subsequent slides, we will cover some of the projects where Mitsubishi Power is working towards providing the hydrogen gas turbines. So just to give a brief about company, Mitsubishi Power is one of the largest group companies of Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. We contribute to almost around 40% of MHI business. And we are continuously working towards development of innovative power generation technologies with an aim to decarbonize the energy system, but at the same time to have reliable power so that reliability does not become an issue in the future. Just to give an overview of company view towards the energy transition. In order to achieve decarbonization, what we all know is that power industry is one of the largest emitters of greenhouse gases, and therefore it is imperative to work towards decarbonization of the power industry. So MHI has multiple projects under implementation, and we believe that nuclear power plant installation will address some of the CO2 issue at the generation level, followed by decarbonization of the thermal power, which is very essential because we cannot wish away the thermal power in some time, and therefore we need to decarbonize the existing thermal power system. We also need to focus on the higher energy efficiencies. And in times to come, we have to actually work towards the carbon recycling and adopting the hydrogen value chain, which to a certain extent will take some time, but eventually this has to happen in order to achieve carbon neutrality by the year 2050. To elaborate more on the decarbonization, Mitsubishi Power is working on the ammonia and biomass co-combustion boilers with a target to achieve carbon reduction to the extent of 20% at least. We also have a fleet of highly efficient gas turbines. Our current jack turbines can demonstrate even up to 64 to 65% of efficiency. And as we all know that gas turbines are major, in comparison to the coal-based power projects, gas turbine almost reduces to 60%, 65% of the CO2. So basically with improvements in the gas turbine technology and more deployment, we can definitely achieve decarbonization of the coal fleet, and that can be a good contributor. Combining these gas turbines with the coal-based power projects and the coal-based power projects with the CCUS will definitely reduce the carbon emission to a great level. And subsequently, as I explained earlier, we have to move towards the hydrogen-fired and ammonia-fired gas turbines. Yeah, Mr. Prasad, you can take it further.
Yeah, next slide, please. See, in this slide, we are trying to show you the portfolio of gas turbines, what we are offering from Mitsubishi. So if you see on the right-hand side, you can see gas turbines varying from 41 megawatt in simple cycle to almost 574 megawatt in simple cycle. So we have a wide range of gas turbines in our portfolio. And on the left-hand side, you can see the various models which is plotted against the combined cycle efficiency in the turbine inlet temperature here. If you see the topmost, the 701 JAC gas turbines and J, you could clearly see that we have achieved higher turbine inlet temperature of more than 1600 degrees C, which has led to higher combined cycle efficiencies in our advanced frame gas turbines. Next slide. So one of our advanced class gas turbine is JAC. We call it as Jack gas turbine. So this gas turbine, we have achieved 64% combined cycle efficiency. And we have a track record of 99.5% reliability. And this gas turbine will be used for fuel flexible operation, where we can use both fossil fuel and clean hydrogen. Currently, we can, with the current combustor setup, whatever we have in this gas turbine, we can accommodate 30% of hydrogen. And slowly, in a phased out manner, we will be reaching 100% firing of hydrogen in this gas turbine. And in the middle range, you can see we have a gas turbine called H100, where we generate 116 megawatt. It's a twin shaft machine, and it has a lower turn down of 50%. The next slide. And on the smaller side, we have a gas turbine called H25. So this has an ISO output of 41 megawatt. And here also the same, we'll have the fuel flexibility of having natural gas as well as clean hydrogen in the near future. So if you see, we are having different type of combustors to meet individual project requirements. Like, for example, if you see the large frame gas turbine, we have currently two type of combustors. One is a diffusion combustor, which is a standard combustor, where we can fire 100% hydrogen. And this is currently, we are using it in one of our projects in Magnum, Netherlands, which will be commissioned by 2027. And the second type of combustor is a pre-mixed DLN combustor, which is commercially available currently. And we have already done 30% hydrogen co-firing in this combustor. And the test was completed in 2018. And then the third combustor, if you see the type 3, this is a combustor which is currently in development. We call it as multi-cluster DLN. So we are trying to reach 100% hydrogen firing by March 2025 with a turbine inlet temperature of 1650 degrees C. So these are the combustors which are there for the large frame, and the under development is the type 3 combustor, which we will have from March 2025. Next slide, please. So when you come to middle and small gas turbines, if you see the H25 gas turbine, which is a 41 megawatt gas turbine, so there we already have the diffusion combustor. It is commercialized. And when you go for the DLN combustor, we have a current DLN combustor which can accommodate 30% hydrogen. We have done the testing in 2019, and the current DLN combustor can accommodate 30% hydrogen. And for the future, we are currently developing a DLN combustor, which will reach 60% co-firing by 2022. And by 2024, we will be able to reach 100% firing in the H25 gas turbine. Similarly, in the mid-range gas turbines, we call for H100, around 100 megawatt gas turbine. So we currently have a gas turbine which is having a pre-DLN combustor that will accommodate 30% hydrogen. And then under development, we will be having one more multi-cluster DLN combustor, which we are targeting to complete by late 2020s. Next slide, please. So in order to develop this hydrogen combustion technology, Mitsubishi Power is trying to balance both the technical challenges and the market needs. So technical challenges, if you see in the hydrogen gas turbine development, so the major challenges are NOx reduction, the combustion dynamics, unburned fuel, flashback. Whereas if you see on the right hand, the other side, the market requirements, you will have to face cost, efficiency, the lifetime of parts, flexibility, and maintainability. So we are trying to balance both the technical challenges and market requirements. So these, by balancing this, we are trying to develop a hydrogen gas turbine combustion technology. So if you see our advanced hydrogen combustion technologies, so our motto is to have, the customer should have a minimal investment. Like, for example, an existing customer who is having a gas turbine has to do minimal modification to accommodate 100% hydrogen. So that is the only motto through which we are working currently. And if you see, all our gas turbines can accommodate all carrier agnostic hydrogens, hydrogen in the form of ammonia or liquid hydrogen. So we wanted to have a gas turbine which can accommodate all types of hydrogen, this one. And then if you see the flexible operation point of view, we are also developing the hydrogen for advanced fluctuations in the power demand, like where you are going to club with the renewable supply, and if there is a flexible energy which is required from a gas turbine, and you will be readily having it using our advanced hydrogen combustion technology. Next slide. So now I'll move on to the ammonia direct combustion gas turbines. So hydrogen, some of the customers may have hydrogen directly, some of them may have in the form of ammonia. So for customers who are having in the form of ammonia, so we are trying to have a two-stage combustor, which will have a rich zone and a lean zone. Ammonia being having poor flammability and due to high NOx, so we are going to introduce a two-stage combustor. This two-stage combustor will be used in our smaller gas turbines, H25 gas turbines, where we are going to fire directly ammonia. Can you go to the next slide? Suppose if the customer is having ammonia as a hydrogen carrier, and if he wants to go for a large frame gas turbine, so our technological offering will be that we will be using the exhaust gas from gas turbine, and we will crack the ammonia and separate to nitrogen and hydrogen, and then we will use the hydrogen in our hydrogen combustor. This is for large frame gas turbines. Whereas if you go for the small frame gas turbines, as I have said earlier, so we are going to have a two-stage combustor where we are going to fire directly ammonia, and then we are going to generate power, and then we'll have an SCR in the HRG setup to reduce NOx. So this is how we are framing the setup for high efficiency large frame gas turbine and the small frame gas turbine when we have ammonia as a carrier fuel. Next. So this is a timelines for ammonia. So if you see the combustor development for the smaller gas turbine, the H25 gas turbine, the combustor development, SCR development, the system study, the demonstration, and commercialization, we are planning to finish the. We are planning to commercialize this smaller gas turbine with direct ammonia firing by 2025. Next slide, please.
Yeah, thank you, Prasad. So now to just give a brief of some of the projects where Mitsubishi Power is already working on the hydrogen gas turbine. So as you can see, this project is known as H2M. It is hydrogen to Magnum. This project is located in Netherlands. Mitsubishi Power has already supplied 3 gas turbines to this project, which are working since 2014. Now, one of the gas turbines, the F-class machine, will be converted to fire 100% of hydrogen, and the timelines are around 2027. The hydrogen available will be the blue hydrogen supplied by Equinor, and the main motto of this project will be to kickstart the hydrogen economy in that particular region, and also to achieve CO2 reductions. And eventually, when the hydrogen economy will kickstart, so the hydrogen will be used for the transportation and for other purposes also. So that is the concept stage. Now, another big project, it is one of the largest energy storage projects in the world right now, is known as Advanced Clean Energy Storage Project. It is coming up in US. It's a joint development between Mitsubishi Power, one company known as Magnum Development, and the state of Utah. This project will have multiple storage technologies. Renewable energy will be stored in the form of hydrogen as well as compressed air deep inside the earth crust in the salt, deep inside in the salt caverns. And there will be also large-scale flow batteries and solid oxide fuel cells. So the project will be able to deliver at any point of time 1 gigawatt of clean energy, and the total storage capacity is 150 gigawatt hours. Adjacent to this project, there is another project which is Intermountain Power Agency. This is an existing coal-based power project of 1800 megawatts, and Mitsubishi Power will be supplying new their advanced J-class machines, JAC machines, and that will be completely replacing the existing coal-based power projects. The target is to start hydrogen firing, the clean hydrogen available there by 2025. To up to 30%, and that will be eventually increased to 100% by year 2045. And this power plant will be supplying energy to Los Angeles through HVDCs. So to summarize our presentation, we'd like to say that we believe that gas turbines will be essential to maintain reliability and to stabilize the power supplies in the energy transition process. And hydrogen will be required to deeply decarbonize the gas turbines. And Mitsubishi Power is committed for the hydrogen economy. Thank you very much for patience listening, and we are open for any questions.